Here's an ePortfolio tutorial, how to create a learner. This video will guide you through the process and explain how to create a learner through ePortfolio as a Centre Administrator. Assumptions. You have access to ePortfolio. You are a Centre Administrator. If you are a multi-role user, you have selected the Centre Administrator from the Active Role menu. You wish to amend or create a new learner role. Log into ePortfolio. From the home screen, select Manage Centre Users, located under Centre Overview at right. You will now be brought to the User screen. Click Create User at top of the screen. A pop-up window will appear, Create User, which requires all fields marked with an asterisk to be completed. Enter the user's first and last name. You will note that the system automatically creates a username for you. Note, you don't have to use this username. If you choose, you can enter a preferred username. However, if this already exists in ePortfolio, the system will add a numeric value to the end. Example, if an example already exists in the system, you would be given the option of an example 1. Next, enter a password. Don't use a preferred password at this point, as the system will require the user to change it the first time they log in. All roles, with the exception of the learner, require an email address. Select Learner from the list below. You must select at least one role. If you wish, you can create a multi-role user. For example, if you had an assessor that was also an internal verifier, you can select both roles. When the user logs in, they will be asked which role they would like to access the system as, meaning you don't have to have multiple usernames and passwords to access ePortfolio. You'll notice that you have a further two options. Number 1, Manager. If you're working with an employer and you add the learner's line manager to the system, you will need to select them from the drop-down, giving them the view-only access to the employee's program of study. Number 2, Employer. An optional field that enables you to capture the employer's name. This will allow you to locate the learners easier when searching for them. Once you have updated the system with the relevant information, select Add Detailed Information to this user. Then select Save. You are now on their personal details screen. The following information is displayed. At left, you have further options to change profile photo, reset password, archive user, view assigned qualifications, etc. The centre of the screen displays their personal details, their contact information and the learner details. Below personal details, you are able to specify if the learner has any particular assessment requirements by clicking on Learner Disability. From here, you can specify whether the learner requires any additional support from their assessor when carrying out initial assessments and/or during their term of program of study. If you amend any of the personal details, click Save at bottom right. A message will be displayed confirming the details and/or permissions that have been updated. You will now need to assign the learner a qualification. To do this, assign Assigned Qualifications at left. You will now be taken to the qualification screen. From here, you have two options. Number 1, Enroll on Composite. If you, the Centre Administrator, have set up a composite qualification for either an apprenticeship framework and/or a Trailblazer qualifications, you can enroll the learner onto a bulk products by using this feature. Number 2, Enroll on Qualification. You can enroll your learner onto a standalone qualification. Select the relevant option at top right. A list of qualifications that your organisation are approved to deliver will be displayed. If a qualification doesn't appear, it will be because the qualification end date has passed or you've not been given approval for it. Locate and select the qualification by clicking on Enroll at right. A pop-up window will appear. Next, select the assessor that will be assigned to the learner from the drop-down menu. Note, if the assessor doesn't appear in the list, it's likely that they haven't been assigned the same qualification to which you are selected. Therefore, you will need to update the relevant assessor's details before proceeding. You then need to enter the expected completion date. This doesn't drive any type of action in ePortfolio. It just gives you an indication as to whether the learner is on course to complete their qualification. You also have an option to enter a reg number. This is the number you've been assigned by the relevant awarding organisation, so when the learner comes to complete their qualification, you can easily locate their details and claim their certificates. Once you have updated the relevant fields, click Save. A message will be displayed confirming the learner has been successfully enrolled onto the qualification. The screen will refresh and you'll see the qualification page is updated to reflect these changes. You will now need to assign the learner units. To do this, select Assign Assigned Units at left. You will now be brought through to the Assigned Unit screen. This lists all the units within the selected qualification. The following information is available. Code, Unit Accreditation Reference Number, Credits, Unit Accreditation Value, Title, the title of the unit, Group, will show you the unit is an optional or mandatory. Level shows the level of the unit. Date assigned. This is the date the unit was assigned to the learner. Expected, the date the learner is expected to complete the unit. Assign, click to assign an individual unit. We'll start by selecting an individual unit. Click on Assign at right. A pop-up window will appear. Populate the fields with the relevant information and click Save. The Units box shows all the units that you have selected. Alternatively, click on Cancel and you can assign several units in bulk by clicking on the checkboxes at left of the units. Then, select Assign Multiple Units at top right. The pop-up window will appear. Again, populate the fields with the relevant information and click Save. A message will be displayed confirming the learner has been successfully enrolled onto the qualification. The screen will refresh and you'll see the qualification page is updated to reflect the changes.